Hello there, everybody. This is Alex from Hardcoin Guides, bringing my guide for Cultic Chapter 1 on Extreme Difficulty. Today we're doing Mission Number 10, the Ritual Chamber. This is the final boss of Chapter 1. And this one is probably going to take you a bit of time to get used to, but I will show you what I do. So, first things first. I use the lever. I use the automatic lever, and I think I have damage upgrade on the lever. I mostly use the lever and like a few grenade launcher shots, and mostly just TNT. Save your TNT for the heart. And I'll show you guys what I do. There's going to be a lot of jumping involved too. Also, if you don't have it, I would also recommend buying the upgrade to get the secondary fire for the grenade launcher. That way it shoots straight. That way when things, go awry, you can make sure that you can try to shoot to the sides. I recommend not worrying about the guys to the left or right of you. I know they're scary and I know they're annoying as shit, but like if you pretty much have no time to do anything in this fight. So I'm gonna show you what I do, and if it doesn't work out, just keep at it, because like eventually you'll get through it. Just keep tossing and keep shooting. Oh, also, I think I might have the lever upgrade for having 11 or capacity upgrade. No, I don't. If you have the capacity upgrade, great. If you don't, that's okay. So I'm gonna shoot 7 shots automatically on the start of this. I'm gonna run down here. I'm gonna start grabbing some ammo, just beforehand, because I know for a damn fact I'm not gonna have time to grab this stuff. So, no enemies appear yet. Also, the incinerator does a ton of damage. So start with the incinerator first if you have it. If not, start using some grenade shots, and then just light them up. So you want to try to have your weapons like selected. You want to be using your number keys for this type of stuff. So you want to quick select to the TNT whenever the heart opens, and just start lobbing them. Just start lobbing at them, and then just keep jumping around. Just keep avoiding as much shots as you possibly can. If he's moving his hand, just try to avoid to the other side. That kind of thing. I don't know exactly what this boss does or how he does it. Yeah, so after a while, make sure you run to the right side. Once the second phase of this starts to begin, where pretty much the heart closes for the first time, start running to the right side and try to grab the armor when you start to feel like you're getting kind of low. Grab that armor. That's going to save you for a few more seconds, and just start, going back and lobbing some, TNT at him and what have you. And that's how I do it. Just keep jumping around, and then whenever his head is, his heart's closed, just use the lever. Put a full clip into him for the first phase. I call it by phases. I don't think that's technically what it is, but I call it by phases. It's like 3. Because like every certain amount of health that he gets to, he eventually closes his heart, and then like, you knock out his shield, basically, and then from there, you're all good. So, yeah. I'm trying to think here. So after, like, phase 1, or whatever you want to call it, enemies are going to spawn on both sides. And then, I'm trying to think here, what was I doing? Well, in the first phase, when you shoot him with, like, the full automatic, switch to whatever, like the grenade launcher or whatever, or even like even the shotgun, or just anything, and just get that shield down. There's no enemies. So after that, the heart is exposed. You want to, or while it's exposing, you want to reload your lever, and then you want to, go back and use it again for the second phase, and then so forth and so forth. So, yeah, it's a simple boss, but like it's pretty damn hard, especially with like the enemies around you and what have you. So that's it. Anyway, let's get into the fun part of this game, which is technically already over, but me talking. If you don't want to hear this, that's fine. I'm just going to basically explain what I thought about the game and how difficult I thought it was, and then talk about like any potential future project that might show up. Starting off, what I think about the game, it's great. I've said it a million times in this entire guide before, hundreds of times, and I'll say it again. It's a good, fantastic game for like $10. The soundtrack is like $1 on Steam. All of that on Steam. It's great. I think it's coming to consoles. It's totally worth the buy. It's about 4-ish hours, but like, with all the stuff that we've got, all the content that we're getting, especially with the beta and the modifiers, it's definitely worth your time if you're a retro boomer shooter type fan like me. So, enough said. It's a great game. In terms of difficulty, I'm going to give it about maybe. I can't decide yet. This might change. Okay. If I had to pick a difficulty, which again will probably change in the future because more games tend to set the bar later, But if you want an accurate difficulty rating, check my playlist of Cultic. Check the Cultic playlist and go see it there. That's usually where I update the difficulties for it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think this is nowhere nearly as hard as, like, say, Ninja Gaiden. This is nowhere nearly as hard as, say, Vanquish, where I died hundreds of times. No joke. I died 200 times to, like, the second to last boss of Vanquish. And then the final boss, I died, like, 100 times. That is not a joke. I am being dead serious. If anybody wants proof, I actually can just go to my, my profile and then just screenshot, the act mission when I did it. It should still be there. And it was just brutal. So this game only gets hard in various areas. But other than that, like, most of the difficulty is kind of negated because, like, you can kind of, like, pick off enemies from a range, get those headshots, and then fire and TNT. Like, a lot of things are just mitigated because, once you get used to the game's mechanics, it becomes much easier. The only difficulty part of the game I can say is not knowing enemy locations and not knowing, like, enemy weaknesses and stuff, which there's really no technical weakness. I mean, the weakness is fire, but just knowing that stuff definitely helps. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is key for this one. Other than that, future project ideas. I think I mentioned before in my last Vanquish guide. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but at some point I will continue the Transformers guide stuff. But right now, I don't have anything technically planned. But there are a couple things that I wouldn't mind doing, and that it's going to be Bayonetta Infinite Climax, but I'm going to have to beat it on PS4 first. That way I just have that, I had to beat whatever, normal, or whatever the hell it is. I have to unlock it on PS4 and then do it again. Infinite Climax for Bayonetta, maybe. Or maybe even like another Bayonetta 1 guide, maybe like a better guide, I don't know. And something that people that are familiar with my channel might actually enjoy is the Bioshock wrench-only run. I may use plasmids, I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably just use, like, plasmids and wrench-only, basically. So a wrench-only run, just for the fun of it, I can do it. Survivor, no Vita Chamber, you know how it is. You know how it goes. It's the same old, same old. So, I don't know. That's the only plan right now. I beat most of the games that I really wanted to beat. And this one was up there for ones I wanted to beat, and I had a lot of fun with this one. So right now I'm going to give it a 5, but I haven't checked my playlist in a while, so I'm going to go through there and look at them and see what I gave difficulty ratings for that. It's definitely harder than Resident Evil 4. In a way. Yeah, it's about Resident Evil 4 difficulty, I'd say, for Pro. Just about. Maybe a smidge harder. Definitely harder than Lollipop Chainsaw by a dozen, but definitely harder than Bioshock. Definitely harder than Bioshock. But then again, that's just me that knows how to play Bioshock, so. Harder than Darkness? Kind of, yeah, sort of. Not really. Maybe weaker, I don't know. So yeah, anywhere from like 3 to 5 out of 10. That's what I give it. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next guide. And as always, take care, everybody.